Recording. Yay. Okay. Hi guys. Welcome to Sunday evening team call. We have 3 teams on here. So all part of the same Ammerman region, but to my sidelines, and their teams are jumping in for this Sunday night call. So Taylor Varghese and Alexa Horning. For 2 years, Alexa Horning. So yeah, we're excited to have everybody on here. So I'm going to train a little bit on, I don't need to turn my volume up. How about my brightness? I'm going to train a little bit on what we did yesterday. So for those of you guys who don't live locally, we had a guy named Jerry Roisentul. I don't know. Jerry came and he did an amazing training on your mindset and belief, and it was so awesome. Our VPs are already planning to have him back again, and so next time he is here, I want to challenge all of you guys to make it a priority to come over for it. It was seriously so life-giving and really practical too. So I'm going to share kind of like one of the main things that we spent a huge chunk of time talking on. And so I'm not going to like do a ton of announcements or anything tonight because we got to get right into it because this thing cuts me off after 30 minutes. So I wanted to first say there's one thing that you can do that he suggested as a challenge. So there are 2 challenges that I'm going to talk about, but one challenge, he said, if you guys are feeling stuck, if you are feeling like you are having a really hard time getting whatever it is in your business to go on our website, success.arbonne.com, and you will see stories. The section is called Eye on Arbonne, like EYE space ON Arbonne. So Eye on Arbonne, and it is a ton of stories, some of them videos and some of them are written out, of people who are VPs in the business from all over the world, and they just tell their stories of how they made it there. And super encouraging, just really eye-opening to see how different everybody's story is and how every single person who has gotten to that VP level has had to overcome hard things. So would challenge you guys to do that. But what I really wanted to start talking about is goal cards. And so if you guys have been to a training before, I know Lexa and Taylor and I were at a training with Hope Baker this past fall. And she spent a long time talking about this because Jerry is like this renowned trainer in our company. He's not a part of Arbonne, but he pretty much exclusively trains Arbonne teams. He loves our business. He loves that we're a legacy company, really believes in it. And he actually got started with his coaching business because of a woman who was in Arbonne who was just like, hey, come train at our meeting. So I'm going to spend some time talking about this goal card because he said that this is like the key to keeping your mindset managed. Because if you these are trainings for like a different type, but seriously, it was like 7 hours in a chair yesterday. But if you let your comfort zone, fear, doubt, procrastination, excuses, or negative self-talk start to seep into your mind, all of those things are going to take you out of the game and make it so that you can't keep moving forward. And so he talks a lot about managing your mindset and not letting those negative things in because they will destroy your abilities to succeed. And he said, this is a quote from him, he said, "Your mindset is not a once-in-a-while thing. You need to renew your mind every day." And I would add multiple times per day. Because how many times do you start the day and you are like, great, I'm going to get so much done. I have this to-do list. I'm so organized. I am ready to go. And 10 o'clock comes around and I don't know, you run out of gas on the highway, or your baby doesn't take a nap, or you get a bad review from your boss at work. So, just like something happens and then you're like, well, today must not be that day. I'll try again tomorrow. But if you're renewing your mind many times throughout the day, then you are going to be able to fight against those any kind of like downer thing that would potentially happen in the day. You have the tool to kick yourself right back up and keep going. All right. So here's what the goal card says, and I'm going to walk you guys through how to fill it out. This part you guys can write down word for word. There is also a PDF of this on Licensed Nation under the files, but I would encourage, I'm actually going to get, I told you guys if you had index cards to get them out. I'm going to get mine out and write it down with you because I need to do this too. But I also have, so like, if you have index cards, sticky notes, like this is something that you're going to want to post multiple places because you are going to want to memorize it so that whenever you need to, you can say these things out loud because there is power in saying things out loud. All right, here's what it says. I am so happy and grateful for perfect health. Comma. Unstoppable confidence, comma. And a constant abundance of time, comma, money, comma, and freedom in my life. Period.
Can you read that one more time, Em?
Yep. So this first section is, I am so happy and grateful for perfect health, unstoppable confidence, and a constant abundance of time, money, and freedom in my life. And if you are someone who's like, I don't have perfect health, I can't have perfect health, like maybe, I don't know where you guys are at, maybe you have like an autoimmune disease, something like that, then you can say something like improving health, as long as it's on the upward trend. I mean, I'm writing perfect health because I want to speak that over my life. But you can choose whatever word, as long as it is on the positive curve, you can use it. So he says we are calling out what we want instead of being stuck in what we don't want. So that's what this first section is, calling out what we want instead of being stuck in what we don't. And then, moving on, the second section is where we are going to rope in our current goal, and I'm going to talk to you guys about how to know what your current goal should be. So the second part says, I attract the right people, comma, resources and opportunities, that will enable me to All right, and now this is where we're gonna write in our goal. Don't write anything yet. I'll reread that second section for you so you get it. It's I attract the right people, resources, and opportunities that will enable me to Okay, and now I'm gonna show you guys what this looks like. Hopefully you can see, I have this step ladder drawn. So he had us all draw this step ladder. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to draw it. I'm showing you the visual of what this looks like, because nobody in this business can start here and just leap to the top of the ladder, right? That's impossible. You have to do things step by step in order to get to the top. And yeah, maybe sometimes you might do two things. So you might skip a rung, because that's possible, especially if you have long legs like me. But ultimately, this business is a simple business. And so we're keeping it simple by managing attainable goals. And so I have what is written at the bottom is it says PBQ. And at the top is the ultimate goal in the company, which is to be an executive national vice president, ENVP. So that is like the highest that you can get in the company. Obviously, you can get to be like a 4-wide ENVP. We have people in the company who are way more than 4-wide ENVP, but ENVP is the ultimate goal because that is the tippity top of the company. And then we are all starting here, or maybe you're on a rung, it doesn't matter, but PBQ. Here's how you're going to figure out your goals. You are either going to, if your next step, this is what your next step is, you either promote, bonus, or qualify, and you do it in that order. So if you are a consultant right now, an independent consultant, your goal is to promote to district manager. And so after that, you will say, I attract the right people, resources, and opportunities that will enable me to promote to district manager by, and put a date. And this should be an attainable, realistic, but challenging date that you are putting on there. And I'll come back to the date thing. If you already promoted to district manager, then your goal should be to bonus your district, because that means that's growth. That means that you're growing. So then you would say, I attract the right people, resources, and opportunities that will enable me to bonus my district by, fill in that blank. And if you have already bonused your district and you are going for then you're going for qualification of the next level, right? So if you have bonused your district, that means you're growing. Then you are writing, I attract the right people, resources, and opportunities that will enable me to qualify for area manager by, put in that date. And if you're already in qualification, then we go right back to that beginning, promote, and you're going to say, I attract the right people, resources, and opportunities that will enable me to promote to area manager by, fill in that date. And so a lot of people get stressed out about these dates, but I am telling you, because this goal card is going to be utilized every day, and I'm going to tell you how, but 25 times a day, you are not going to forget that date. And even if you get to that date and you have not met your goal, okay, you've made progress toward your goal, so you are going to move the date and keep going for it. It's not like this huge, you're not a failure if you don't make it by the date that you have written on your goal card, because you have made progress toward that goal in that amount of time since you made your card, right? So this is never something that's like a tool that is you're going to look at and be like, gosh, I failed at that goal card. No way. No. This is all about you making progress in your business toward your goals. So what he says to do, and he says people who actually do this have completely changed their businesses in a matter of weeks because they are not falling into their comfort zone. They are not falling into doubt. They are not falling into fear. They are not falling into negative self-talk. They're not falling into procrastination, and they're not falling into excuses because they can't. Because when this belief is so big that you're building into yourself, doubt cannot exist at the same time as belief. Okay? Right? They are opposites. So here's what you're going to do with your goal card. Every single day, 5 times during the day, 5 times out loud. So that's 25, right? 5 times 5, 25. You are going to recite this out loud with feeling 25 times in the day. And you will watch how different you feel in just a few days. So you can pick your times. It cannot be all at once because, like I said at the beginning of this, you need to be renewing your mind throughout the day. And so you could do like 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 5 times. And out loud, it's especially great if you can like be standing in a posture of strength, like whatever that means to you. Like there's this girl on Instagram I follow, and she starts her day by like doing positive affirmations. Sorry about this weird angle, but she's like this because that is her strength pose. So whatever that looks like for you, where you feel like you are powerful and you can take on the world, I don't know, like channel your inner Wonder Woman or something. That is what you are going to get into in your mind space. And you're going to say this with feeling, because if you don't say it with feeling, then the words don't mean anything. This is something that you want to be really taking to heart, because otherwise there's no point in really doing it. So, you will say 5 times in a row, I am so happy and grateful for perfect health, unstoppable confidence, and a constant abundance of time, money, and freedom in my life. I attract the right people, resources, and opportunities that will enable me to promote, bonus, qualify by this date. Okay, does that make sense? This doesn't work if you don't apply it. I'm just going to read through a couple things here because I just want to make sure that we get a bunch of, all the little nuggets from this section. And over that, he said how you are going to accomplish your goal, because we get so caught up in that how, like, oh my gosh, how is this going to happen? Oh shoot, my computer's going to die. Hang on a second. We get so caught up in the, like, how is this going to happen, that we psych ourselves out that it can't. But he says how you are going to accomplish your goal is not as important as the belief that you can. I don't have that memorized, you guys, but he gave like 4 different examples of people that he has known, like his son and a friend's daughter, and who like applied, like gave this training to her daughter, and she had like scored 0. Her daughter was a soccer player. She had scored 0 goals in the whole season, and they were like competing to get to state. They needed to do really well, and she had done this training with her daughter before the game, and she believed that she was going to achieve, I don't know what the specifics were of her goal section, But she went into that game and she scored 4 of their 5 goals. They made it to state, and it was like nothing changed in her skill set from the time that she had this goal training to the time that she played in her game. But what did change was her belief in whether or not she could do it, because she had been doing this goal card training. He gave a bunch of examples like that. I don't have them all memorized, unfortunately, but I'm just telling you guys, this is really important. So, like I said, you can't just speak the words. You need to speak and feel the words and visualize them. Yeah, he said, there comes a time in your business when you have to become fed up with being fed up. So if you are stuck, if you are feeling like, gosh, like I'm not getting any responses, or I don't know where to go to next, I've run out of people. If you're having any of those thoughts, that means that your how has gotten bigger than your why. And so you need to refuel that belief. And this is going to be a perfect tool to do that. So right now, schedule 5 times during your day where you are going to out loud speak this 5 times in a row. You're going to feel the words. You are going to visualize the words. And now I want to speak specifically, because I do want to add this in there. If you are a person of faith, I don't know where everybody is in their like spiritual journey. There's a way to turn this into a prayer. And so I'm going to tell you guys like where you can insert that. So I am so happy and grateful. And then you add in, to my Heavenly Father for providing me. And then you go on, perfect health, unstoppable confidence. Blah, blah, blah. So that again was, sorry, my daughter's out of the bath, so now you get to hear her. I am so happy and grateful to my Heavenly Father for providing me perfect health, unstoppable confidence, and a constant abundance of time, money, and freedom in my life. And then the next section, I attract the right people, resources, and opportunities through God's guidance and direction that will enable me to promote, bonus, qualify, by date. And then you've got a prayer card. So if you are someone who believes in God and would prefer to have this be a prayer that you say 5 times a day, great. Now you have a prayer card. So he gave us this Minnesota challenge. He said you are going to commit to yourself that you are going to read the goal card 5 times per day with feeling and emotion for 14 days. That's 2 weeks, guys. That is not a long time. 2 weeks, you're going to focus on the changes that you feel inside of you during those 2 weeks. And you're going to notice that your fear, your doubts, all of those things that I was talking about keeping out, those things are going to be there, but they're not going to be distracting you like they were. You will have managed them. Cool? So 2 challenges. The first one was that 30 days of Ion Arbonne challenge. You guys, starting your day by hearing a success story to motivate and inspire you to get going in your business is an amazing thing. And then this form of personal growth in your own belief, same thing. The biggest difference between people who feel stuck in their businesses and people who are soaring in their businesses is belief, your mindset. It's not like there are people who just have this secret sauce and they're not afraid of anything. Everybody has those fears. I was with a bunch of VPs this weekend at the training, and they had everybody who has ever felt fearful of people or had doubted themselves. Like every single person in the room raised their hand. And some of these people have been VPs in the business for years. 2 of them were executive national vice presidents, which means that they promoted out a national vice president on their team. Like all of those things are there for everybody. But the difference is they're not letting those fears, doubts, excuses, procrastination, negative self-talk. What's the other one? Negative self-talk, excuses, fear, doubt, procrastination. I don't know. They're not letting them control them. Oh, comfort zone. That's like my hardest one. Sitting in my comfort zone. So I hope that was helpful. There's so much I just was training off of one page of this book, and like these are my notes from the other pages. Okay, there's like stuff on every single page. So this is gonna like I said, it was like 7 hours of stuff, and so we will keep going through some of this stuff. I mean, all of it is just so good. Yeah. Success is won or lost in your mind. You can have all the right things, but without the right mindset, you're not going to go anywhere. So, yeah. And then also, while I'm hoping that this is inspiring to you, inspiration without application will keep you in frustration. Isn't that a nice little saying? Inspiration without application will keep you in frustration. All right. So yeah. Hope that was helpful.
Yeah, thanks so much for sharing that. I loved it.
Yeah. I want to do something that I'm going to start incorporating every week. And you guys are going to think so for those of you who aren't on my direct success line, we've had like 2 of these so far where we've actually like had the Sunday night call, and I've thought both weeks about doing this. And then I've psyched myself out because I'm like, oh, nobody's going to want to do that. Everybody's going to think I'm weird, but I really think it's going to help you because I have had a couple days. I didn't have this. I wish I had had this tool because I've had a couple really hard days in the last couple of weeks where if I would have had this tool to like read over my life, I feel like I would have been much easier. Like it would have been much easier for me to snap out of it and remember the blessings that I have in my life. But what I did have was, I would say, and I would listen to music because music just like, I feel like there's the words, there's there's all of it. It's just like so good. And Greatest Showman has been really pumping me up. And so to end our calls on Sunday nights, I'm going to choose a song every week. Taylor and I, maybe Lex will help. We will choose a song and y'all are going to stand up. And maybe if you're in a public place, like you can just groove in your chair a little bit. But I want you to stand up and I'm going to play the song. And you don't have to dance unless you feel it because I probably am going to dance. You guys can watch me and laugh at me if you want. But I think it's just going to be a really fun way to end our Sunday nights and also pump ourselves up as we go into the new week. Okay? Okay, Taylor, take your headphones off because I know you're going to dance with me. Josh can join if he would like.
I think he's playing Fortnite.
Are you sure he's not watching this football game?
He's doing both, actually.
Okay. All right, you guys. Also, if you're watching the recording of this, I fully expect to get a video to my phone of you dancing while you're doing this, okay? Oh, can you hear this?
I am not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are. But
hi, Addie.
down to dust, I know there's a place for us, for we are glorious. sharpest words wanna cut me down. I'm gonna send a blood, gonna drown them out. I am great, I am good, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching up to the
I end with your puppy.
I'm not scared. You see, I make no apologies. This is me. It's my spirit. We'll find a way. 'Cause today I won't let the pain here. We have always been through the barricade. Won't let them break it out. I know that there's a place. Won't let them break it out. Sharp words wanna cut me down. I'm gonna send a blood, gonna drown mine. This is great, this is bruised, this is who I'm meant to be. This is me. This is
Great job, you guys. Happy Sunday. I hope that you
Woo!
have a great week and that you take this training from tonight and you apply it to your week, because I think that you guys will see crazy things happen. And I should also mention that as you're doing this, this doesn't mean that you don't get into activity. This is to help you get into activity and feel motivated to work your business. So go forth and, I don't know, that's probably a movie quote that I could quote if I knew it, but just, have a great night. Bye.
Thanks, Em. Bye. Bye, everybody.
Thank